One's ready. One's ready. Go!
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the One's Ready podcast. This is your daily drop for the 31st of March, brought to you by barbellapparel.com. They are in their 11th anniversary. It's buy two, get one free on a mixed match of items. They've got polo shirts, they've got chinos, jeans, joggers, workout shorts, graphic tees, dress shirts, everything you need to make sure you're looking on point. Anyway, there's no promo code associated with them. Go there, take advantage of the sale. I mean, they're always having stuff on sale, so I don't know how they're actually business, but their stuff is fantastic. So check them out, barbellapparel.com. Upon checkout, let them know that we sent you by either clicking on One's Ready or clicking other and writing us in, and then we're good to go. All right. Now, on to the news. If you're new here, this is the daily news that is sent out to Air Force and Space Force commanders and chiefs, and it's curated by Public Affairs. I'm going to kind of give you the quick blurb of it, and then if I have an opinion on it, I'll give it to you. If not, then it is what it is, but this is what's going out. All right, in the joint news, Defense Secretary announced U.S. Forces Japan transformation into a 4-star warfighting command during a Tokyo visit. The restructuring aims to boost real-time cooperation and deterrence against China and Indo-Pacific. This is Japan's way, in my opinion, this is Japan's way of just formalizing and professionalizing their force. This is a big deal. It is not something that is easily done, believe it or not, and there's going to be some growing pains with it. I don't doubt that because they're a military just like ours, and we certainly have growing pains when it comes to this kind of thing. So, but it is a way to professionalize their force and help us out in the Pacific. So this is a good thing. Secretary of Defense reaffirmed U.S. commitment to the Philippines, pledging advanced defenses like anti-ship missiles to counter Chinese threats. He met with President Marcos Jr. and Defense Secretary Theodora to announce regional deterrence. You could kind of say that's a little war hawkish about the stuff that is all anti-Chinese, or at least to kind of rage against Chinese maligned influence, but like they're a powerhouse, and some of the things that they do, although I do not believe that they want a hot war with us, they're going to test some boundaries and they steal a whole bunch of IP from us. Like, they're not our friends by any means. All right, next. Defense Secretary gave Pentagon leaders until the 11th of April to propose cuts and reorganizations to streamline bureaucracy per a Friday memo. The plan includes early retirements and a reopened deferred resignation program amid a hiring freeze for government civilians. Yeah, everybody's got to make cuts, right? It's not just some of the other departments and organizations. Like, everybody's got to make some cuts. We just need to make sure that it's not just a sweeping cut and everybody gets a fair share, because that's not a great way of doing business. So, but yeah, we need to make cuts, and we need to lift the hiring freeze now at this point. But I don't think we will anytime soon. And I also think that another round of kind of fork in the road for government civilians is also going to happen, if I had to guess, but I don't have any insider baseball on that. All right. Secretary of Defense memo relaunched deferred resignations and offered early retirements to shrink the civilian workforce efficiently. Employees opting in will be on leave until the 30th of September with duties reassigned or cut. I can tell you right now that we have a couple civilian employees in our organization that took that fork in the road, and they are now out. Not out, but they are no longer in the office. However, they are getting paid until the 30th of September. It's good for them. It's unfortunate for us and the organization because their work is now being offloaded onto someone else. So somebody else has to pick up their work and their slack. And we're not allowed to hire anybody else to. So it's not like the person left and then we hire somebody else. Because of the hiring freeze, we can't hire anybody else to take over for them. So it's kind of an unfortunate thing that we're dealing with right now. That's some insider baseball for you guys. Hegseth denied that signal chat details on Houthi strikes were classified, despite retired General Michael Hayden calling them top secret. The debate continues over sensitive and shared operational experience. In my opinion, sir, General Michael Hayden, you're a fucking idiot. There was nothing, you could say it's OPSEC, you could say it's maybe classified. There was nothing in that was top secret. You need to reevaluate what top secret actually is and get off of your high horse when it comes to like trying to talk shit, right? Nothing in that was top secret or even remotely close to being top secret. So, General Michael Hayden, you're on fucking notice, you piece of shit. Sorry, I didn't mean to say all that. My bad. Anyway, Air Force news. Sorry, I just get fired up when it comes to these general officers making bullshit claims because they don't like who happens to be in office. They don't like what's being done. It's yeah. Anyway, Secretary of Defense faces scrutiny for bringing his wife, Jennifer, to sensitive meetings with foreign officials, including the UK's John Healey. Critics like former Secretary of Defense Chuck Hagel questioned her relevance in discussions. Yeah, I mean, if it's not OPSEC classified meetings or anything like that, and it's just, hey, we're on a trip to Europe or the Pacific or whatever like that, like I don't really care, to be honest. I'm sure she's not providing input other than, like, hey, how was your trip kind of thing, or have you seen this part of our country? It's beautiful, it's amazing, you should check it out. Or what if those individuals also had their wives there? Is that out of line? Because you don't cover that in this, do you? Man, I'm pretty pissy pants today. Like, I may have to fix this. All right. Air Force news. Chief of Staff General David Alvin touted the F-47's precision and control of uncrewed platforms, promising delivery within 36 to 40 months. He called it a leap into the future air power of Newsmax. Man, that again, we talked about this last week. 36 to 40 months is very aggressive, but man, if we can make that happen without all the hiccups, Boeing, you're on notice. Like right on, because we're behind it. We really need those things. All right, next, B-2 bombers at Diego Garcia signal intensified U.S. pressure on Iran and Houthi rebels attacking Red Sea shipping. Experts see it as a clear deterrence message to Tehran. I agree. We need them over there. We need other things over there. We cannot allow Iran and Houthi rebels to impact shipping lanes in the Red Sea. Like, any kind of shipping lanes for that matter, but especially over there. We've got to protect that, and really we're the only ones that can. Next, the Trump administration. Geez, I'm sorry. The Trump administration rejected moving DC's F-16s to Maryland, prioritizing readiness over the Biden-era deal. Maryland's delegation seeks to preserve its A-10 mission instead. Attack. A-10s, rock on. However, F-16s are very capable as well. So that is definitely some political stuff in there. I guarantee there are some congressmen and senators involved with that because they get their grubby little hands into everything and impacts a lot of stuff. Well, I haven't been giving you numbers, so whatever, it doesn't matter. Idaho's 124th Fighter Wing deployed 300 airmen to Southwest Asia to support CENTCOM, praised by Governor Brad Little. Major General Tim Donnellan highlighted their readiness for federal missions. All right, go over there and get them, guys. Next, Air Force T-38 and Air Force T-38 nearly collided with a Delta jet during an Arlington flyover, prompting an FAA investigation. The incident follows a deadly helicopter jet crash 2 months prior. Man, that's not great. Come on, Air Force. Well, DoD in general, like we gotta make sure that we're on point. Same with the FAA controllers. Like you're not exempt from it either. All right, Space Force news. The Space Force approved Rocket Lab and Stoke Space for NSSL contracts, each receiving $5 million to boost launch competition. Brigadier General Christian Panzenhagen aims to enhance capacity and innovation. Cool. I don't have any insider baseball on that. The Air Force is developing, the Space Force is developing orbital carriers for rapid satellite deployment, with gravitics contracts signaling a shift to space-based dogfights. General Chance Saltzman emphasized defending U.S. space power. Okay, so we talked about it before in terms of being, globally deployable from space, thinking of Avengers Age of Ultron kind of situation, right? But also, if you don't think that there's not going to be satellite on satellite violence out there, you're mistaken, because there's a lot of things that are up in space from the US, from China, from Russia, that have capabilities that are at a very like top secret level that are capable of doing things. And obviously I can't talk about it on here, but it would blow your mind. So yeah, I agree with the whole dogfights thing in space. Senator Kevin Kramer questioned if the Space Force might favor SpaceX's Starshield over PWSA development, raising innovation concerns. The Air Force Secretary nominee Troy Mink denied knowledge of such plans. Yeah, okay. I don't know anything about that. All right, these are of interest. A new report urges a software literate military working force to better engage contractors beyond just coding skills. Expert Tate Nurkin stressed the need for trilingual personnel bridging warfighters and developers. Yeah, I mean, the problem with that I'm speaking from an idiot that doesn't know anything about coding, but there's so many different languages to code. Whether it's, building apps, building websites, the actual coding of different things, like that's tough. So that might be where you bring in contractors for that, but I don't know. I guess that's probably what they're getting after. Next, Trump floated a third term despite constitutional limits, later backtracking amid talks of tariffs on Russia over Ukraine. He threatened oil sanctions if Russia doesn't negotiate peace. That is such a weird bullet that I just read out. That I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't even know why public affairs would kind of curate that, because that's weird. Next, Trump warned Iran of massive bombing if it rejects nuclear talks, escalating tensions with secondary tariff threats. Iran resists negotiating under military pressure, recalling the 2015 deal's collapse. Iran cannot be a nuclear power. It is too dangerous to the entire world if Iran becomes a nuclear power. Oh man, not great. Anyway, that's today's news. Appreciate you joining us. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up, smash that thing. Like, what are you doing with your life if you're not smashing that thumbs up? Leave us a comment, engage. Let me know if there's anything you want to change. Today, I'm trying to read it pretty fast because I got something I got to go to. So, I'm trying to get this knocked out and out to you guys. But if there's any other formatting differences or anything like that you want to see, don't hesitate to let us know. All right, we're out here. Later.